Wow. Oh, why is it playing on mine like that? Okay, so what's your thoughts on this LeBron talk? What's the biggest trade? It's supposedly the biggest trade in history. Supposedly, I don't know if it is, but it shook the world. That's one of those shock the world moments. What's your thoughts on this LeBron? I mean, this Luka trade. He's their franchise player. AD to the Mavs. Who won the trade? I say.
Who? I will say this.
Definitely Lakers.
I'm gonna say Dallas won for right now, but Lakers won long term.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think Kyrie and AD, I don't really see the playmaking there, but I think there was those two good players. You got pieces. You got PJ. You kept PJ Washington. You kept Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively, so you keep AD at the full. That's what he wanted to play anyway. So you kind of win there. Clay needs to get back to his shooting. Like he gotta get back. I'm sorry, he gotta be a catch and shoot guy. But to build around Luca for the next 5 to 10 years, you got for him. He's only 25 years old, still in his prime. Yeah, he's injured, but he's 25 years old, and he been to a championship before. He didn't win, but he been. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
You said Lakers won the trade, but the Mavs won for right now.
Yeah, I think Lakers won long term, but Mavs won right now.
For sure.
For what they won a championship contending team. I think they can win it. Not win. I don't know if they can win the championship. I can't put anybody against Boston right now. But
see, this is where you lose me. Somebody else goes. He bring up this bullshit.
you wildin'. Boston's still up there, bro.
I'm not jacking on it.
Yeah.
You said
what James said. Long term, the Lakers won the trade. Long term, they gotta build up. They get to build around Luka. That mean, like I said when we was talking off the before we started. That mean we just gotta cherish this year and a half we got, half a season. Next year maybe with LeBron.
Don't put a time limit on it, bro. Just say a little bit of time. Don't put a time limit. Don't stamp it with a year. Nah.
You get Luka, bro. Luka is basically. I mean, he obviously know he's not LeBron to the T, but he a generational talent. You feel what I'm saying? So triple double guy. So it's looking like LeBron about to just teach him what he could teach him. Brownie there, keep it cool. He out of there. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be sad for that day, but like Lakers want to say. And I'm just surprised that Dallas made that move because it's like they just went to the chip.
Yeah, but remember he was
injured.
Luka just can't play defense. Luka can't do this. Whatever the rumors was, it's like he just got there and ran up into a Boston team that Ben was supposed to win. Jason Tatum been getting to the Eastern Conference Finals since he was a rookie. So this is a Boston team that Ben's supposed to win, ran up into the Warriors and lost. So it wasn't like he just like kind of shit at the bed or whatever. He got there. So I was kind of weird or kind of thrown off by that trade by Dallas, but shout out Luka.
Shout out Luka. Mike, what's your thoughts on this, man? What's your thoughts on this trade?
All right. First of all, nobody won this trade. So let me tell you why I say that. First of all, if you're a Laker fan, you got in that trade a guy who's young enough that allows you to have 1 to 3 years where you're straight trash / middle of the pack, right? Because now you can effectively rebuild. You can get guys to come here because they're gonna play with Luka, right? Depending on what side of the bed or which end of his 1 week cycle LeBron is in, that'll determine how long he stays. Because Pelinka's not the GM, he is. So therefore, if he decides he don't want to stay here for this, he don't like the way the holes look, he don't like what was lost in that trade, I don't care how many, 155, 147, you can only win so many games like that. At some point, you need deep. right? And that's nothing you're getting from Luka. So Luka can drop 50 in the blink. I could go get a hot dog, a Sprite, and go to the restroom and come back, and Luka got 30 in the time I was gone. However, on the right person, they got 23. So that's one half. AD is the NBA version of a sometimey absentee father. He can't stay healthy long enough to string together 3 holidays. So if you got dad for 4th of July, what's next? Labor Day is a little sometimey. And I surely ain't about to guarantee Veterans Day. So maybe Columbus, right? It's the Anthony, it's his school of injuries and medicine. Like, that's just where he is in his career. Physically, the body can't hold up. I like Derek Lively. I like what they've kind of sort of put together. But what you just told me was, I could build a whole game plan around stopping Kyrie and let the rest of these dudes go out and own their bread and make it happen. That ain't happen. The West is too deep, right? The West is too deep for that. Even disgruntled Minnesota could now theoretically give Dallas the business because before you couldn't double nobody. Now you know what? Let Kyrie get his. Kyrie ain't wilt. He ain't about to score 100. we can hold the rest of these, rec YMCA Park League dudes down and go from there. So that's why I say in the beginning of this, nobody won. Now, the fact that Luka's 25 and they can build going forward, yes. When everybody else starts to go this way, the Lakers may very well be going this way. And Luka's skill set translates into him being able to do what he do in mid to late 30s, right? He ain't jumping out the gym. He ain't skying through the air. He got that old man game, came in the league with old man strength, playing against dudes your pop's age since he was like
16,
14, 15. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, there's nothing, you can't outbody him. You can't outmuscle him. He a young dude with old man strength. So by those markers, in the beginning, nobody really won this trade, except maybe the Laker box office. Like, money about to be pouring in.
Yeah.
Right? But, I mean, that's my take. That's my take.
What about you, Kay? Since you the one that brought it up.
Listen. No, I really feel like they're gonna try and make the Lakers that type of super team, but I kind of want to see how Kyrie and AD play with each other because, looking at Kyrie, how he plays, he's more so like for himself. I don't really see him as like a real teammate. Looking for, like, I feel like he's just gonna do what he gotta do, so he get what I'm saying. Like, it's good for his game. It's not more so helping out the team. So I don't know. I want to see how they play.
Oh no, that wasn't a bad take. I ain't gonna front. I feel like Kyrie is more for the team. Okay.
Because look, first of all, we're not even gonna talk about the fact that he left LeBron, and was like, and when he was asked about it, he was like, "Yeah," and like, really?
But he grew up.
I wasn't bad.
He grew up. Though.
No, but
I just knew he wasn't gonna get another
you
tip.
have that type of mentality already when you leave a team. You're not gonna care about no one else you leave after that. You're gonna do what's benefiting you. You're gonna play the part just so you get what you want. And I feel like he's been doing that. And it's smart. I fuck with Kyrie. But still, I don't know. I don't take him as like a for the team type of guy. It's more for himself.
I don't agree with that. I think back then, yeah, but I think now he's definitely for the team type of guy.
I don't even think about that back then. I just think they got a chip. It's Braun at the end of the day. I'm always be in his shadow. Like, it's time for me to try to build my own, like, type of thing.
I don't feel like it was a shadow. I feel like everybody just looks at LeBron like, yeah, like he's
Braun.
already right. Right. So that's why it's like, oh, he's Braun, like, he's gonna do all this. Like they expect that of him. They expect that excellence every time.
It's going to be, even though Kyrie hit the shot, we still talk about the shot, but it's Braun for those.
But we talk about the block more. We hear the block by James more. We don't hear the Kyrie with the big three. Like we don't hear it, you know.
Yeah,
But
so it's like he had to get out his own shadow and try. Not even like it was a shadow, but he just had to try to. He was young to try to get his own legacy. Not try to be on LeBron. But what you think was a trade? Like not a time. What's the best way to put it? Like what's another trade that could compare to this trade? Like over the years in NBA history, you think?
Over the years that has happened or potentially could be one.
That
could
has
have been.
happened.
Has happened. I say.
I have a couple I heard. I don't know if it's, I don't think it compares, but people talk about the trade for AI to go to Denver and play with Melo. I don't think that compares though.
I'd
And
say
then
probably KD.
KD didn't get traded.
Yeah, he left.
Yeah, no, he
left.
definitely did. As far
I
as
want to go with the winning
trades,
team.
Nobody. I don't.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know, but look, we're gonna get back to that. Welcome back to another episode Outside the Box podcast. We on episode 56, y'all. We on a good track, loving the consistency, loving the work we putting in. Today we got a special guest with us in the building, all right? But we're gonna introduce my guy last, all right? Today we got my boy Jelly J with us, okay?
Damn sure different day.
We got K with us on another episode, another one. Nah, the rainbow hands is crazy. I just started realizing you do that. That's your shit. All right, that's your shit. That's your shit. We got the voice of reason with us.
Yeah, it was good, y'all.
Okay, and now we got a special guest with us, man. Mike, the moderator, man. Not only a moderator, he does voiceovers, helps on podcasts. You know, he's just a jack of all trades, man. He helps with anything. Friend turned family. I know I could call on him whenever I need something. You know, he's helped us, like I mentioned to you guys, helped us out a bunch of stuff, even to get us here to the platform we use now. You know, appreciate everything he's done for us. But we got Mike, the moderator, with us in the building. Round of applause, round of applause, round of applause.
Appreciate you, young brother. Appreciate you and the team. I enjoy watching y'all. I enjoy watching y'all during my leisure time. So it was a pleasure to come on.
No, appreciate for having you. But we're gonna rock it over. We was just talking about the Lakers trade and all that, but we're gonna move on with the next topic. Next biggest topic that I saw this week. The lady that got denied getting in the Uber. So I would first start it off, right? All right. The guy, yes, he lost his job. He looks bad for Uber. It looks bad for him. Yes. But if you're gonna pull out the camera and make a show about it, I'm gonna give you a show. I'm gonna give you if you're gonna do the extra mile now. I feel like people don't live in reality. Like, all right, you're a big girl. Nothing wrong with being a plus size woman. We love plus size women. But for your convenience, don't you think you want to get the Uber XL, the big truck? You know, like I'm not trying to be. I don't want it to come off as rude or nothing. But it's like if he went about it wrong. Yes, he could have said it nicer, I guess, or a different way. But I feel like the fact that she pulled out the camera and did all of that, he gave her a show for it. So I want to go. I want to go next on that one.
All right, there you
Yeah, Jason, not me.
Okay.
You know you're supposed to do not put Jelly first. Do not put Jelly first.
Nah, Jelly, go ahead. Speak your mind, bro.
Oh my god.
Speak your truth, young man.
Yeah, what you want to know?
What's your take on it? What's your take on it?
Bro had every right to tell her you about to mess up the suspension on my car. like he lost his job. He don't got right, obviously. Like he lost his job because Uber or Lyft, whatever, it say you can only deny people for certain things. But like, come on, he had like a Prius, bro.
Word.
Yeah.
Like a Fiat, like something low like that. Like he got it, but I mean, then she had another video. She's suing. Then she had another video, but do you want to talk about that video?
Her video dropping it low and falling.
Doing, bro, like you feel me? But yeah, he lost his job. He ain't have to do all that, but like I feel him. Like he gonna have to pay for that. Like if his car do mess up or whatever. So it's like Uber not taking care of that. But yeah, that's all I got.
Voice of reason. Voice of reason. Make some reason of this. Make some reason of this situation.
I can't. Ain't no reason this one, yo. I ain't gonna lie. Ain't no reason on this one, yo. I feel. Don't get me wrong. I feel bad for her too. Like I feel bad for both sides. Listen, to be denied the service because you wait. I get the pain that it could take on somebody, like the insecurity if she has insecurity, whatever the case is. Right, I get it, but like Jelly said, he ain't have no big car truck. Like he had a smaller car, bro. Like I've been in a car with people when they get out the car move. So I can only imagine that he thinking about it like, yo, listen, you get in this car, you gonna f my whole bottom of my car up. Like you could really mess my car up. Like, and at the end of the day, I feel like it's his service, it's his business. I get it's Uber, but like you don't pay tax on your Uber money. You have to do like a 1095 or whatever it is for like your own business thing. Yeah, for that. So I could deny whoever I want service in my car. And if I want to deny you service in my car, I should be able to do that. I think her putting out the camera, she did that for a show. I think she did that.
I'll give you a show before the camera.
And to be honest, he didn't even give her a real of a show like he could have. He could have been like, yeah, you fat. He could have went crazy on her for pulling out the camera and trying to disrespect him, But he was just like, no, you're just not getting in the car. Like, you're just not getting in. Like, I don't care how you feel. Like, I'm sorry. Call it XL. But the convenient part, though, I would say maybe, maybe convenient space-wise is better for her, but maybe convenient pocket, it wasn't better for her. That's why she got the regular jet. So it's like, I don't know. I hate to be mean and be like, well, she know what she got to do, but we ain't gonna say what we
know what she got to do.
Remember last episode we were saying truth hurt.
Truth does hurt, and I ain't gonna hurt nobody today.
Like, think about this. If it was a man that same size or even bigger, bro, this wouldn't have even been a video. Like, we wouldn't even be talking about it. We wouldn't even care.
Like, I don't know. Mike, what's your take on this one, man?
First of all, out of respect for you, Cole, and the team, allow me to say something. The views and opinions that I'm about to express are not necessarily the views of this program, its hosts, or potential underwriters.
I appreciate the disclaimer.
So now that we got that out the way, and I had me a sip of water here, clear my throat. Here's my issue. My issue is he could have handled that 1,000 times better, and he'd still have a job. Or if he didn't still have a job, the option to go to other vendors would be there, right? But because you went the way you went, you are now in the position that you are, right? We good with that.
Yeah.
Now, here's where the disclaimer comes into part. Unless your insert expletive and derogatory statement of your choice want me to pull out my front seat so that I can 5W20 Castrol motor oil grease your unsmoked ham hock self down to slide you into the car, and now I'm leaning like when they put the rack of ribs on the side of the car at the beginning of the Flintstones, drive you around the corner to 7-Eleven for 3 churros and a Diet Pepsi. Like, that's really substantial at this time of night. 8-pack of Twizzler and a box of Ring Dings, right? I don't understand why you upset, right? Because now you want to lay on the back of a U-Haul and give an impromptu winter jam, right, with no other guests on the stage but you, right? Piggly Wiggly live from the back of a U-Haul, right? Now you out here, you really just disrespected all of the truly disrespected, overweight, however we define that, individuals. I don't care about you and your sloppy, unsmoked, uncured ham self. It's the individuals who after you have nothing to do with you, don't know you, never met you, never saw you, will never meet you, who now get discriminated on aggressively because of you decided you wanted to make up for not getting invited to the Golden Globes, the Oscars, or the Oscar Mayer Ham Award. Yeah, I got issue with your behavior. Yeah, how you handled it was substantially wrong. Don't worry, voice of reason. I'm you for today. Don't worry about it, bro. I got you. Right?
I appreciate it.
So yeah, I got great issue with her going that route. So now you decide to take a moment that if you'd have left it alone or managed it differently, much like he could have managed it. Listen, I got it. Listen, you blow my A-frame out, kill my wheel bearings, I got to pay for that. Right? I got to, how am I supposed to go to work? You know, you incur a bill, you go to work to make money to pay the bill. But if you done came in here and LA rioted in some ways, my corner store, right? You done turned down the way I make a living. You took the ball and went home, right? You stuck a knife in my ball. Now we can't play no ball, right? So yeah, I got issue with how he handled it, but I got more issue with her attempt for 5 minutes of fame. I mean, Trump put a tariff on pork bellies. Like, yeah, he should have overcharged you. Like, yeah. I digress, though.
Digress is crazy.
Okay, you want to follow up on that one?
I vouch for that.
Mike just said everything, but again, too, I find it real funny how she's a rapper and she doing all this. So it's like, okay, you know that you proclaim yourself to be a rapper and you want to make a name of yourself. So the first thing you do is record your Lyft driver telling you basically, yeah, you can't get in my car because, you know, you kind of overweight. And then not for nothing, I really feel like there's no nice way of saying, yeah, you're fat, you can't get in my car. Because then that also leads into him being recorded anyway again. So it's like, you know you're big. I know you're big. So you should know better and not get in that little ass car. Immediately, as soon as she seen that Prius coming down, she should have been like, cancel, find another driver. And just order off of XL. That's why XL is there. I take XL. I don't need to take XL, but I take it anyway because it's more comfy. And I'd be like, yeah, I bet the fat bitches in here be lit. It's all spacious. It's like, she should have got that. And you a rapper. You should have the money for it. Can you not?
Nah, this was her marketing scheme right here. I'm gonna go viral. That's why people can go know who I am, and then now they're gonna go listen to my music because that's what I'm. Even though I'm known for the video, this is what I want to do. That's what people do.
It's gonna go triple cardboard because this is the only thing she's gonna be known for.
It ain't gonna last, but I promise you, she got more streams now than she ever did before.
I think
she better just make a diss track about the Lyft driver, then she'll go platinum. That's it. Make the diss track about him, and you're gonna get your money. That's it.
She could have like kind of marketed a little better if she wasn't so like fiending for it, like OG said. She could have like not been Lizzo, but like kind of been, if she marketed in a good way, kind of been trending for the overweight female type of vibe. Like, but yeah, like, you know, she came out rowdy, all this, so now.
But this situation don't help her because everyone in the comments is saying the same thing. Like, you should have known you can't fit your big self in that little ass car.
She should have known when the thing pop up. It tell you what car's coming to pick you up. It tell you. It really says Toyota Camry coming to pick you up, a black tire. It lets you know. So she knew what she was. I mean, at the end of the day, and like maybe other drivers have let her slide before, and that's why she felt like she could do it. But at the end of the day, I agree with Mike. I don't like the way she handled it either. Don't get me wrong. I think they both handled it poorly. Like, he could have kept a job, could have done something differently, but
what else was he gonna say?
Let me add this. As someone who myself, right? So before anybody watches this and be like, oh, really? He going, listen, I'm 5'11", I'm 248. My BMI is off. Technically, I am considered overweight. I don't get in no Prius. So if I don't get in no Prius, and I could fundamentally fit in a Prius quite comfortably, I see them and don't like them. If I want to ride in a Matchbox car, I'll go get some Matchbox cars. If you know you a Tonka truck, you can't fit in a Matchbox car. Matchbox cars can fit in the back of a Tonka truck, but not the other way around. Like, where's the rationale? On behalf of all overweight people, allow me to say, you embarrassed and put an unnecessary light on all of us. And that's just me saying from people who are overweight. I'm not even playing the ethnicity game, right? Because that's a whole nother dynamic to this argument that makes it not funny and makes it sad. I haven't even gone there. So I just want to make sure I put that out for somebody say something sideways in a comment. Yeah, I'm fat dude too. So what? And what?
That's right.
You don't see me on a Razor foot scooter. So I ain't going to whatever grocery store you got around, Bravo, Western Beef, 7-Eleven, the Bodega. I ain't going over there to get a loaf of bread with the cat sleeping on top on a foot scooter. And I'm 9 times the weight of the foot scooter. Get out of here. What's wrong with you?
Nah, yeah, I feel like that was just her. She trying to make a little quick claim to fame because we in 2025, so everybody do something for a quick viral moment, and then, you know. But speaking of crazy things happening, this lady named her child Don Julio McDonald McIntyre. Now you named your child this.
Hold on, before we go there, Kobe, I just want to say F Popeyes because they only put the Don Julio wings in Miami, New York, Philly, and Kansas City. That's some BS. If y'all are going to post and make this big collab announcement and not put it everywhere, y'all are crazy for that. I just want to put that out there because I was definitely going to bring the wings to the pie and tell y'all I was going to rate it 1 through 10. I really was. I really was going to, yo. I really was. I swear to God, it was.
But what's the kid's name?
The kid's name is Don Julio McDonald McIntyre.
That's a long name.
What a name.
What a name.
So we're at a point now where our women are naming our children after liquor.
Question.
Answer.
Is baby daddy around? Is he present? Was he present?
I wasn't too sure. There wasn't any context in it. It was just like a shocking fact of like this is really her child's name.
To parents instead of women. Okay? Because daddy could have been like McDonald's and she could have said Don Julio. Either one is still bad. Why are you setting your child up for this? Like, does she not know that her child is gonna have to fill out a job application, and the first thing they say is Don Julio? They're gonna put that application down, and he could be so qualified for everything, and she done fucked him up for life.
If he's smart, if they
change it when he gets 16 or 18.
Word. Or put Don. Don't put Julio
Don
McDonald
McIntyre.
Put Julio and McDonald as your middle name that you never have to put down, and just put Don McIntyre. Like
Don McIntyre. Whoa,
no,
Don
just
Mac.
DJ. He could be DJ.
DJ McIntyre. What DJ stand for?
She should have did that.
Okay.
DJ.
Yo. What DJ stand for? Don Julio.
Don Julio.
I mean,
let's just show you. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say.
Let's just show you our generation. It show us our generation, like the girl, like a few months ago, who named her child like Demure, like when that whole thing.
Yeah, like that's why I'm like, what is going on? That's why I brought it up because I'm like, all right, now we getting a little out of control now. Like it was Demure, everybody was saying that Demure, catchy word, cool, I get it. But the Don Julio McDonald McIntyre, I feel like was a stretch. Like, what on earth would make you name your child Don Julio?
Okay, how about this? What if she just did that as like a joke, and she actually did that so she could keep her child's name not getting out, because you know when people post their kids, you know something weird always happens. So
how
Why are
about
you posting
how
your
about
kid?
huh?
How about not posting?
If you don't, how about not posting the kid at all? If that's the case.
But you know people are
Yeah.
going. That's the logical thing, voice of reason. But people not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that.
So instead, you embarrass your child by saying a fake name, Don Julio McDonald McIntyre. And when people call you out, respond big. Well, I don't care. I'm gonna name my child what I want to name my child. That's
and then when your child
So
can't get a job,
right.
you take no responsibility in the fact that he can't get a job, right? That people catch that resume and that thing goes straight to the trash bin.
Straight to it.
Right, because now all of a sudden he's automatically stereotyped as something that he may very well not be, right? Because you didn't have the foresight enough to be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm strong. Yeah, I am who I am. Yeah, this is me. But at the same time, you got to move wisely, right? So there's no wisdom in a decision like that. That's just a snapdragon. I'm gonna do this now. This is how it's supposed. This is what I want to do. Well, you know what? There's ramifications and repercussions for your actions. And as much as this is silly, is as much as this shows blatant ignorance on her behalf. And I can't sit here, and I agree. You know what we got to do with is we got to cite parents. But if there are no parents, and it's just one, it's left to one individual's vices. Is she being spiteful? Is she saying, hey, you know what? I dislike, I'm gonna use just, voice of reason, just brother, because just as an example. I'm not saying that's your baby mama. I'm just saying I'm gonna use that as an example.
you good.
Is she so disgusted with him not being around that out of spite she chose to name the son that he fathered something so blatantly ignorant as a spiteful kickback to him? If he's gone, he's gone. So, right, he wasn't there to make a decision. He wasn't there to play a part in the decision.
Facts.
He wasn't there to say no, right? So you are you a single parent, or are you just a single woman raising a child? Because there's a significant difference in the two. And let's not act like the two are the same when they're really not.
Say that again. Say that again, please.
For the people in the back.
Oh, God.
A single parent and a single woman are not the same thing. A single woman, you needed one more again? I'll give it to you one more again.
One more time. One more time.
Parent and a single woman are not the same thing. So you may be single, but if that man is contributing, you're just a single woman. That's it. If he's making any contribution, significant enough to where you can do something, right? I'm not talking about the 17% of his job at his son's middle name, McDonald, right? So I'm not talking about that, all right? I'm not talking about whatever 17% of, if he not in California, then he making whatever he making, right? So I'm not talking about them $37.96 that you get twice a month. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if he's really contributing, right? Real contribution. Maybe the brother got no bread. Maybe he don't. Maybe he got no bread, no job. But that's where your kids are during school hours. That's who's making lunch and picking them up. That's who's doing homework, even if his ass can't half read, but he trying. That is a contribution of significance. So we need to stop acting like, well, he ain't contribute no money, that plays a make. Yeah, it's a part, but it's not everything. I digress, because that wasn't necessarily the whole point of the comment. But, since good bro down at the bottom wanted me to repeat, I gladly oblige you, bro ham, right? But at the same time, you know what? Because I know dudes that'll sit around and be like, yeah, name them whatever you want, right? So what is this? What are y'all doing to the kid for the future? Don't you watch the news? Don't you see what's going on? A whole lot of Don Julios are being sent to back to Don Julio, right? So you're gonna sit around and what are you doing? Right? You gotta think further ahead, just as wisdom. Wisdom says think further ahead than just right now. Now you like Don? Don is cool. You like Julio? I got friends named Julio. You like McDonald? There ain't nothing wrong with that. right? But now all of a sudden you want to group them all together,
Yeah, it don't work
like he a drink, a nightclub, or a Miami hotspot. By the time he goes to look for a job, the people you guys age, right? I'm not trying to throw myself under the bus, but you know what I'm saying? The generation that so befits him will be the one reading resumes, and they're gonna be like, man. And oh, by the way, there's no more, mandating people to give people of any other ethnicity a chance. So they're gonna be, oh yeah, no, this goes in the. I got a bird cage at home. We need something to line the bird cage. So
yeah,
that was gonna be my next point. Even with DEIs going the way it's going, DEIs are going out the window.
Yeah,
man, they're gonna make AI screen for those type of common names that are within the Black community or in any minority group community, and they see something as ignorant as Don Julio.
immediately flagged.
They're not even gonna look at the resume.
If you ain't telling me your birthplace of origin was Guatemala, Cartagena, Peru, right? If you telling me you from Boca Raton, yo, you ain't got no job, bro. You out.
Yeah, like what?
What's this shit for Friday? Rancho Cucamonga.
Yo, like it's really over, bro. It's so sad. This is so sad, man. I feel bad for the child. I hope the child is 16 and be like, I'm going to change my name. I'm going to be just called Don. If he liked the name Don, maybe he want to change a whole different name. Whatever. I just hope
Little Don.
I'm like, yeah. I got a question though. Since you brought up names, I was talking to my mom's the other day. I'm like, I feel like if I hear a certain name at somebody our age, like between like 21, our age, even younger. And you hear a name like, what's an old ass name like? Say you hear a girl named Ethel. She 24 years old. You not looking at her like, damn, why your mom named you that? Like, why that shit so old?
You got an old ass name, girl.
Does anybody else be thinking that? Like the names gotta go with like the times we in? I'm bugging.
Absolutely.
No,
yeah, it does. It definitely gotta go with the times we in.
Well, Ethel is crazy.
7-year-old, but
yeah.
Like, or it's like something old. It's like, come on.
Yeah, but see, Ethel back in the day was a great name, though. See, that's why it was good. Yeah, not now, though. Yeah, not now.
Not if Shorty's 16 in high school.
Yeah, nah. Nah.
That's like...
Oh man.
All right, so this month has flew by pretty fast. I ain't gonna lie. January is over. Like we got what, 2 more days, a day?
No,
we're already in February.
Today's February 2nd, bro.
Damn, look how fast that's great. I'm thinking it's like January 1st or something like that. But
no,
damn, time is flying. But we into February and Valentine's Day is coming up.
What's that?
So, damn. Well, so now my question, since you want to say what's that, who is Valentine's Day really for? Is it for the women? Is it for the men? Is it for both? Is it for social media purposes? Who is Valentine's Day for now?
Valentine's Day now is for social media. It's definitely for social media.
Why do you feel like that?
Because I feel like a lot of people want to get validation from their relationships from other people. So if you're in a relationship, people are going to be looking to see like, oh, did you post anything about your Valentine's Day? This and that, blah, blah, blah. And then they want it to be all like extravagant. They want the hotel room, the dim lights, the balloons, the flowers, the bath water already ran, the champagne. They want all of that because someone once posted it and was like, I want this for me. But you want something for you, but your partner is like, you know what, I would do something real special, something just low key between the two of us, and they actually do something real nice, but it's not on your level of expectation. It's like, that's a gift. We don't have to celebrate Valentine's Day. I don't have to do this for you. I don't have to just say I love you just one day out of the whole year. So it's like, I understand it's a holiday, but I feel like a lot of women do take it a little bit too far, and they come off as very ungrateful when it comes to whatever they got for it. And then they'll sit there and be like, well, I can't post this. Like, this is an ass Valentine's Day. It doesn't even look aesthetically nice. And it's just, the thought never comes to their mind like, okay, this person actually doing something real nice for me. Let me just accept that. But then it's like, also, what did you give him? You're complaining you had to ask Valentine's Day. What about him? He ain't getting nothing. He spent his money for you, and you ain't spent nothing on him. Could have got him a keychain, could have got him a t-shirt of his favorite team. Something that shows, hey, I love you too. Let's celebrate today. Let's gift each other. But your women tend to make it about themselves.
So who do you like to that point? Who do you think Valentine's Day is really for?
Women.
Now? Women? Now?
Yeah.
Social media.
Social media, and because of women. That's why. The social media thing is only because of women. Women look at other women getting gifts and stuff, and they automatically want to be like, okay, she got that. I'm jealous of that. I want that for me. And they only have that thought because of what they see. So they're like, oh, well, I want this. But it's like, you don't actually want it. You want it because you saw someone else have it and they posted it.
Mm. Hold on, before the next person goes, shout out my boy Tay TV here in the chat. He said you speaking facts right now. Yeah, you speaking facts, but I feel like it's Valentine's Day nowadays is 50-50.
What you mean? Like for men?
Meaning like, because we in 2025, so like everybody's so independent. Everybody want to be held to this higher standard. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna do all that. This Valentine's Day for because men don't get we don't get nothing out of it. First of all, we already don't have that many holidays like y'all. I wouldn't even call it a holiday, but that many days. Feel me? So I'm like, if I go all out for you, I'm expecting a little, not all out, but a little bit of something to show like I appreciate what you did. Not reciprocation, but not to the level of that I would go. Because I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna do all the get the hotel, get the boom out, whatever. To make
you
sure
wouldn't
you
want
good.
that for you?
Huh?
So you wouldn't want that for you? Like just to have, like you wouldn't want something like that? You wouldn't want someone to go all out for you?
Nah, you can go. Yeah, she can go all out for me, but I'm not expecting it. I'm expecting something, but not all out. Like, give me something. Like, I don't know how to put it in like a.
I know what you're saying, Kobe.
Pay my car note or some shit like that. Like, if I go do all this, like, yo, babe, your car note for me, you only got to pay that this month. I held you down. That's fucking huge. I'm looking at you like shit.
Oh my god.
All right, let me say this. I think that number one, to answer your first question, who is the holiday for? The holiday is split three ways. It's split 50, 25, 25. 50% is corporate America, right? The reason why it's materialistic is because it's marketed that way, right? You can't find me no significant relevance to Saint Valentine, right? Regardless of your religious beliefs or whatever you believe in, you can find a validatable reason in your faith to celebrate a Christmas. You can find a validatable reason to celebrate Ramadan. You can find a validatable reason to celebrate Hanukkah, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur. Whatever your faith is, you can find a validatable reason. And those validatable reasons, corporate America or corporate can't market because you understand what you hold to be solid and true. So therefore, St. Valentine's Day is no different to me than, Jelly J Wednesday at the club, right? No disrespect to you, brother. No disrespect to you, brother.
I hear you.
But they hold about the same way, right? The question that needs to be asked, right, is when you look at the person you're dealing with for Valentine's Day, ask yourself this question, then ask them the question. And that question is, what's more important to you? Me giving you everything I have, legitimately giving giving my last, for those that really know that term, giving my last, or me giving you everything you want. If you can legitimately just fluff off everything I have, and I'm talking about like, we got no food, but I'm willing to split my peanut butter and jelly sandwich with you, but that ain't good enough because you want a whole sandwich, then that right off the bat says that I already know where you're going in this particular holiday. You want the blowout. You want the brand new bag sitting on the table when we get off the elevator at the 5-star hotel. You want the dreams that your lower socioeconomic emotional setup pushes you to want, right? So the poor in spirit, the poor in emotion, the one that is not had, then that drives what you want for the holiday. It's no different than having a wedding. If you got issues, no matter how great your wedding is, when the day after comes, it's just a whole bunch of stuff that you did yesterday. You still got bills. You still depressed. You still don't trust that individual. You had a baby to keep a dude, the dude gone. You got married to keep a chick, she's out. Right? So like that makes, and why I bring all that into play is when you get around the Valentine's Day, all that's supposed to play into your decisions. So now if I done had 363 days minus that one day I had COVID and slept all day, so it's not 364 or 365, depending on leap year, right? Then I wake up, I got all this in my mind. Now I'm supposed to run out here and go broke till Christmas to give you something to somebody who deep down inside may really like me, but don't love me the way the holiday is set up or the way Hallmark and FTD has made it appear I'm supposed to set you up for the holiday. Those are just the things we need to keep in mind, like before we go about and go whatever we, direction you choose. I ain't telling nobody how to spend their bread because anybody damn sure ain't telling me how to spend mine. Right? But again, I digress. So, come on with that. Like, people have made too much out of it. You competing with who you see on social media.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? And why you don't know that next person's situation. There's a firm, there's Zip, there's a whole bunch of pay over time apps that someone could have used to fund that holiday, which means that they ain't really got it. But you don't know that because you see them on social media getting out the rented black car that they rented for the night, and she's stepping in them red bottoms, and you got on whatever you got. If one of my Detroit players, you in the pink and gray with the Gators on, right? You sliding into the hotel. You looking so cool in that Instagram video. It don't even look like y'all walking, like y'all just glide in the crowd. Y'all glide in 100 yards to get to the elevator. Because if you ever been to a real expensive hotel, you know that the door where you pull up in the car at and where you go to sign in at are like a football field apart from each other, right? So like you did all of that, but you paying this off at $122 a month for the next 12 months at low courtesy of a firm. It ain't worth that.
And you kept the tags on your clothes because you're gonna return them.
Oh, you know they going back tomorrow. Right? You know they going back tomorrow. Like you don't want her to walk hard because you want as much red to be on that bottom so they can go back to Nordstrom's or go back to the Amazon pickup center so you can send them back and hopefully get some money. Like, it's not when did it become worth all of that? And that's why we got problems the other 363 days that are out of the year. Or 362, because it'll be a repeat for Christmas. It'll be a repeat for her birthday. If she got a kid with you, it's going to be a repeat for Mother's Day. Meanwhile, Father's Day, niggas get clip-on ties who don't even wear ties.
Don't even wear a damn tie. We're like, what made you go give me a damn tie? Like, I don't ever you'll never see me walk in the crib with no tie on.
If you getting him a tie and a suit, but he ain't got no, what's that for, court? You want a nigga look good in court? You gotta check the tie when you get the booking. So I mean, so you don't run yourself. So I mean, what was the purpose? Clip on tie, niggas got clip on tie. Nah, man.
Bro, exactly. OG just said everything I've been saying in a sophisticated manner. Sophisticated manner. don't even get work off. You don't even get work off, so it's really not a holiday. It's really not a holiday. Like, you still gotta go to work. You still gotta have them same problems. What you said. You still had them same problems you had on if Valentine's Day on Tuesday, you're gonna still have the same problems on Wednesday that you had Monday. Like,
and be tight because you spent money for the same problems you had on Tuesday.
Mad, like, I really just did this. Like,
you can't see the comment. Y'all can't see the comments.
I see the Tay comments when he said, "What club?"
He said, "What club you have Jelly J Wednesday at?" He's up there. Nah, yo, Tay, ain't no real Jelly J Wednesday, Tay. That was just for the scenario. That'd be
not yet.
I ain't gonna lie.
Jelly might do it now.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's a great marketing one right there. But since you're on this topic, question: when did love become so monetized?
Huh? Repeat it.
When did love become so monetized? Like
when
did
love left?
Exactly.
Love and monetization don't go together
at all.
Let's be clear on that. They don't go together. They're not bedfellow, right? So when one left, the other came, right? So it's like diet water. Is there such a thing as diet water? I know everyone on a diet, they tell them they should drink water, but there's no diet water. So it doesn't exist. So a monetized love is because there's an absence of love. There's no love there. Because when real love is really there, y'all could split a pack of Twizzler and watch Die Hard on cable and be the happiest two people that ever existed. And that's not to say you're supposed to all be paupers and live poor and the bare minimum. No, this is not slavery. Like, no one's saying that. But what I'm saying is, if you know true love, heck, we ain't even got to talk true love. We can talk real strong like. You know that there's some things that don't matter. Hey, as long as we together today, I really don't care. Which I give you a perfect example, and I don't mean to chew up all your dudes' time, right? So y'all hit mute when you feel like it, right? But I remember there was one time I dated this woman, and I worked a lot. She worked a lot. So one Valentine's Day, when we were kind of like in the beginning stages, I don't even think we were officially a couple. Like, I went to her job, met her in the cafeteria of her job, and we had lunch, and that was Valentine's Day. I'm gonna dispute and say that's about 30 some odd years ago. Do you know when I still see her periodically to this day? She'll still tell me, whether she got her kids and a man with her or not, one of her best Valentine's days was us having lunch in her cafeteria. Subsequently, the next year, when we were like a couple, she came to work with me for a day, hung out with me for the day. Now, she couldn't stand it for the day. I was a paramedic at the time. So it got a little intense that particular. She kind of picked a bad day to come, but but that right there, that explains to you where we are when those minuscule things no longer matter, and there's a price tag associated next to a holiday, right? Like, you'll see circulars that'll be like Valentine's Day, but the S at the end is a $. They're absolutely right. But when the $sign came, the love left. And now it's more about a non-corporate acquisition and the celebration thereof than it's really about, hey, babe, I love you. I appreciate what you do for me day in and day out. Even if you don't say nothing, I know you're there. You help me out. Those kids aren't your kids, but can't nobody tell the difference. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my mama's sick. Every time I turn around, you're at my house, girl, checking on my mom, making her soup, talking to her. Like, when that was eliminated, then this became about the dollar. I digress.
Nah, that's facts though. Because I want to speak on a couple of things, but I'm gonna answer your question. I didn't speak on even the last question, but I'm gonna just speak on this one right now. I feel love became monetized when I think everything, unfortunately, does go back to social media, right? Because before you can do whatever you want to do for your girl for Valentine's Day or with your man for Valentine's Day, and nobody really knew besides whoever you told. You know, like I did this and this, and it was special to them because it related to them. But now, like back to the last episode with all these options, and you see people options not just with people, but options and just what you can do for a person, quote unquote. So now they can see everything that somebody else is doing. So now they're like, oh, like Kay said, I want that. But that costs a lot of money. So now they equate it to money. Like, oh, if you really love me, you're gonna spend however much you want. How much it costs, you're gonna spend that money on me because you love me. And that's not always the case. Like you want me to spend my rent money on you, and then I'll be homeless next month, and then now what? You gonna let
Knowing
me
I
come stay
can't
with
come
you?
stay with you.
Yeah, right. Like, am I gonna stay with you? Like, what's the next move after that? So I think that's when it really became monetized, and I feel like also it can also relate back to I mean, this is probably a little off, but I feel like it can relate back to somewhat of a parenthood type of vibe for you too, depending on how your parents were for you, right? I know people who grew up and the way they seen love was they didn't buy them, the people didn't go get them gifts, the people just gave them money. Like, yo, here, I don't know what you like, just go get it. Whatever you want. So that's how they view love. Like, oh, this person just give me money, I get what I want, I like it, cool. As in, like, I'll use me for example, right? Growing up, love my pops to death. He didn't have all the money in the world. He couldn't give me everything. And not to mention he had three of my other little siblings who I also love, right? So I couldn't ask him for much. I never asked him for anything, to be honest, right? But the things I remember most about my pops and why I love him so much is because he used to work nights. Well, he still work nights now, but back then he would work nights, and he would call me like 11 o'clock at night, and me and him would just chop it up on the phone every night. That was love to me, like. And I told him that before. I remember he asked me, "Well, you not ask me for anything?" Like, I don't know. He was in his bag about something, and I was like, "Well, because like he was in his bag because my mom boyfriend at the time like bought me a camera or something because he knew I wanted to start like a podcast." Yeah, so he was in his bag about it. Right? He was a little tight about like, why you ain't asking me? I'm like, well, I ain't asking him either. He just seen it and that's what he wanted to do for me. I said, but I don't ask you for nothing because anybody can take your spot, bro. Like I love talking to you every day, bro. Like you my best friend. Like I love talking to you every day. That's enough for me. Like the FaceTime, even when I was only going on here once a year to see him, like that was enough. Like you spent your hard work money, saved up for the year, bought me a ticket. I didn't have to buy my own ticket. Like that was enough for me. So people don't. I feel like if you also don't get that in your parents, like parents who aren't thoughtful, like the Don Julio McDonald McIntyre parent, if you're not thoughtful in how you show your child love, your child's gonna look for love in certain places, and right now they're looking for it in social media, and it all equates to money because even social media now is monetized, right? You go on social media to get monetized. That's why you post all these clips, right? That's why you do all this stuff. Like it's to be monetized. You want to get paid off of it. So it's all BS, honestly. That's my opinion, though.
Well, true, okay.
Definitely social media. I was gonna say that before James said something. Um, but again, like even when I had said before about Valentine's Day, how it's all off of what someone else sees and that they want it. Because you weren't thinking about it before. You didn't think about Valentine's Day before someone posted, "Oh, I got asked to be a Valentine." Like you didn't see those shoes and be like, "Oh, I really wanted those shoes." No, you saw someone else have that and you wanted it because someone else had it. So again, too, like I don't understand why it's a thing where we have to feel like we have to buy someone else's love when it should just be unconditional, which is what it's supposed to be. So because there's a dollar sign on top of it, if I don't get you this bag, if we don't go to this place, you're gonna stop messing with me because I don't got the money to fund you what you want in your lifestyle because you know you can't fund it yourself. You're gonna look at me to do it because you know you can't get that bag by yourself. You're gonna look for me to get it for you. No. So I just wish one day that we don't have phones anymore. Like just automatically, like
Nah,
Trump used to
I
put something
wouldn't
in
go that
office
far.
and be like, yeah,
I
no more
wouldn't.
social media, no more
I
phones.
wouldn't go
We
that
got to
far.
go back to like pay phones or something. Like we need to do that because I need everyone to really just snap back into reality because it's crazy how and again, this like I blame Instagram. Like I always said it. I told my friends, I'm like, Instagram is the Met Gala of the apps. Okay, TikTok is the one where you just chill in the friend crib. Twitter is the strip club, and what's Facebook? Facebook is like family reunion.
What about
But
Snap?
like Instagram is that Met Gala, so you're gonna see people just capping on everything that they do, whether they're going on trips. They bought that trip off of Klarna. They're paying $20. Like Mike said, they're paying $20 for the next 12 months off of that trip. Then even like posting your partner too. Like I feel like a lot of people don't post their partners or whatever because they know for a fact that someone has something to say on it. And I feel like opinions, again, which is leading into social media, is fucking up everything, because now why are we looking at other people for what we feel like is right? Why do we need to feel like our thoughts need to be heard or validated, or feeling like, oh, I should change my opinion because someone else is doing this? So people, social media, bad. Get rid of all of them. Make it illegal.
To your point, it was Instagram, yes, but people started feeling that validation when likes and all that shit came about. So it's like a lot of people are insecure, and I hate using that word, but people have low self-esteem, I'd say. And when they post in a picture, if you don't get a certain amount of likes, then they don't feel that confident, or they don't feel the same about themselves. Now, to your point about posting partners, I feel like that's a big issue in 2025, but one of the scariest things ever, if you post your partner and somebody hit you like, oh, she a hoe, I done had that, nah. It's like, damn, like
she's a recovered hoe. She's domesticated now.
She's domesticated now. Yo,
like,
she said, you done made me a housewife now. I'm not that life no more, baby. Yo, that's
in the
crazy.
words of Drea, her wholeness got deleted.
So we quoting Drea now.
Yeah, that's her name, Drea.
You see the problem?
Yeah, I feel like that's just one of the scariest things. Why is that such a big deal though? I feel like that's more of an issue. Well, you could speak to it, Caleb, but why is that a big deal for females? Like, if you don't post them, they feel like
we don't want to be hidden, and then it's also
we don't want to be seen. We don't want to be seen if we posted and she ain't what we thought.
What do you mean? So then,
because you got to think about the guy's part. Like so. To the example we just used, you post a girl, and like you get not. I'm not talking about the one guy that's hating or whatever, because everybody loves controversy. Mm-hmm. Everybody loves controversy. That's what sells now. You post a girl. Now she done been around the block a few times, right? You get at least 4 guys hit you. Oh nah, bro, you with that? Don't bring her around. That's crazy. I wouldn't expect you to be with that. You heard about her. Now it's like, think about how the guy supposed to feel.
Okay, cool. She fucked up her reputation, but clearly she's not doing that stuff no more if she's still hanging with you, if she's taking you seriously. So it could be like a
you don't know that
thing. Yes. Listen. Listen. I don't want to air none of my friends out. But they know who they are.
Don't do it.
They know who they are. But now they are very put in the house. They don't ask me to go to the club no more. They be like, Kayla, come over. And I'm like, come over? You don't want to go out? I thought you were going to ask me to go out. No, we can stay inside. Like, literally change everything about them. The type of clothes that they wear. All because they finally found somebody that took them seriously. And I don't want to say, like, how they portray themselves in the past for more attention, even though
Who took them seriously?
Huh?
Who took them seriously?
Their boyfriends.
Obviously, I'm saying like what type of individual you would say like?
Definitely like not in the streets, not like very regular, like very green, like nothing wrong.
That was civilian. A great word, wasn't it?
Yeah, huh? Very green. That was the perfect. That was the somebody that don't know nothing about nothing. don't know nothing about nothing.
Like
That's
green.
what I'm saying. So it's like she reinventing herself. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Well, I'd say this too, right? To kind of not even help you out, Kay, but to help the situation out even more. I would say like this too, right? I just feel like if you had that life, cool, whatever. Don't I feel like you shouldn't go find somebody seriously that's around those people you had that life with though. I think that's what people get is like messed up and construed. Like whatever you if you had a whole phase or whatever your life has been, cool. But don't like for example, if you was hoeing in Brownsville, don't try to find the green dude in Brownsville who still hang around all the dudes you was hoeing with. Cause that's how
But
he's supposed to.
you can't tell nobody who to love.
I'm not saying who the are you right, you can't, but I'm just saying like you went fishing there. There's other fishes in the
First
sea,
of all,
bro.
fishing in Brownsville, period, is just crazy.
That's just an example. I'm trying to use an example that everybody know of in New York. You feel me? I'm just saying, don't fish in the same neighborhood you was hoeing in. Like if you knew you was hoeing in that neighborhood,
No, that's what I'm saying. Like
go to a
Brownsville, out of
different
all
neighborhood.
places, like that's the worst place. That's
I'm just saying, go to a different neighborhood where people might not know you if you want to reinvent yourself.
no, yeah, that's exactly what they did too. That's exactly what they did.
And that's
They
why it
found
works.
somebody from West Bubblefuck, and I'm like,
And that's why it works. Because nobody's gonna hit them up saying, "Yo, bro, you da 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 da," like you crazy for that. Nobody's gonna hit him up saying that because he don't know him and they don't know him. You only really do that to people you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
what James is saying
Shout
is
out to your
don't
friends.
find nobody.
yeah, shout out to your friends that reinvented themselves. Much love. Much love to them.
Yo, y'all crazy.
Well, let me say one last thing too. My fault. I meant to say this earlier. I also feel like the biggest problem is we don't know nuance anymore in this world, and I think that's also why things get the way they are. Because we'll listen to people like whatever song is the brokey, like, or we'll listen to Cardi B if he broke niggas don't get no pussy, right? Like they'll hear that and automatically assume, oh yeah, if he broke, he can't love me the way I want to be loved. He can't do this, he can't do that, and that's not always the case. So that's why we also equivocate like money with love, and that's why love is monetized. I also feel like that's another big part of it. All these influencers are making it seem like he gotta have money, but it's like they can say that because they have money. You know, like they want somebody that matches
just
their
signed a contract
lifestyle.
with
That's fine. Yeah, but they want somebody to match their lifestyle. I think that's okay. You don't want if you don't want somebody that don't match your lifestyle. I think that's fine. But for you to, if you don't have nothing either, or if you're a regular person and you expect the other person to have all this bread and do all this for you, I think that's insane. There's nuance to a lot of things that we listen to, and people don't know nuance anymore.
No, I ain't gonna lie, I agree with that one.
I agree.
But last question before we get out of here. I feel like this one might be a little sticky one right here. So, I always got a quick little controversial one to throw at y'all before we finish wrapping up. So it goes like this. Would you rather have someone's trust without their loyalty or their loyalty without their trust? And why?
Loyalty, no trust.
Why?
Because
I'm thinking.
I'm a trust that you're gonna do whatever you want to do. But if you're loyal to me, I won't have to think that you're gonna do what you want to do. So like I'm not gonna if you sit here, you tell me, yeah, I'm gonna go to a basketball court, I'm gonna sit there and be like, he's gonna fuck another bitch. But you're really at the basketball court. So I feel like that you're loyal to your word that like, hey, I'm not gonna fuck you over. But for me, I'd rather sit there and know that you're telling me that, still think you're lying, but you're still doing what you said. Like you kept your word.
No, that's it. I agree with you, but it's just like
the girl logic is
still
crazy.
think of, yeah.
No, but
the girl
I'm
math.
not thinking as like me.
I
I'm not gonna
respect
sit here and
it.
really think that you gonna cheat, like you gonna say you going basketball court, you really like getting some ass. I'm saying that's what a woman. That's the number one thing that'll pop up on her head first.
Y'all about to say don't say it's a woman because men think the same way. You tell us you going.
Oh, y'all do.
Yeah,
100%. I already know. Oh yeah,
I
know what's going on.
Yeah, it's like you out doing something. You not going to the basketball court. Oh, he really is at the basketball court. Wait, let me ask you this though. So when a girl says to y'all, "Oh, I'm gonna go see my friend,"
Man,
or they
automatic
say,
man.
"Oh, I'm gonna go see," and they name what their friend is. Do y'all have
They
a
say
different differentiation of what y'all like?
yeah.
Do y'all
Yes.
think when we say my friend, it's a
Because
nigga?
Yes. Because why wouldn't you
because
say who the person is?
you normally
But
it first off
what if you
hold
don't
on,
know them?
hold on, let me go. First off, it depends on the relationship y'all already got, like depending on how y'all already talk. So like we don't know, say if I'm messing with a girl, I don't know all four of her girlfriends she went out with, but she told me Tisha, Tanya, whatever. She told me those names. I don't know them. Why you just gonna say friend? Friend automatically is man. Like, cause you could have just been like the name. Like, but if you in a relationship, you're talking to a girl that don't say the names in general, like I'm just going out with my girlfriends, then when she say friend, then you can't even be thinking that because she don't never say her girlfriend names either. But most of the
But what if
time,
she
y'all
got a
gonna say
new?
y'all.
But what if she got a new friend and you don't know her? Like, let's say you know her core friends,
We don't
but
know
you
all
don't know
your friends,
like.
but we don't know all your friends. The girls you went out to the club with, right? We don't know all of them, but you still told us you went with Tanya, Tisha,
No new
Karen.
friends. No new friends. No new
Yeah,
friends. No,
we
no,
don't know them.
no.
And you still told us.
Wow. Okay. Because
Also, y'all make subconscious decisions in doing that. And it happened to me multiple times. That's what I'm telling you. And even if the guy is just a friend, you're consciously are thinking of, like a lot of women consciously, and men do this too. Don't get it twisted. Men do this too. A man will tell you, "I'm going with my friend," and it'll be a girl, right? Because consciously they don't want to even have a fight with you about who the person is, what that a lot of questioning can come about it, like, "Oh, you going out with this person? Where y'all going? What y'all doing?" Da, 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 da. And it's because why y'all only going out just y'all? Like, what's this about? Like, that's what it comes down to. Um, and the trust and what Kobe going back to the trust and loyalty. That's what it goes down to. Like, do I even trust this person enough? I don't even know this nigga. So why you want to go out with this nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying? Now,
why you want to call him? Get out.
yeah, and it's like, and because to be fair, like we talked about this last podcast too, women give answers to things already. Like a woman will share with you, like Jelly said, all her friends, piece by piece, all the girls, right? But they won't never share the nigga. And they'll just say, "Oh, my friend," and it's not because they're doing anything wrong. You're not even doing anything wrong, but subconsciously, like, my man will probably feel uncomfortable doing it if I'm going out with this person. So I'm going to say my friend. I feel like people only say my friend when they know subconsciously, like, my partner might feel uncomfortable with me hanging out with this person. And that could be man or woman. It could be a woman that I don't like. I know she a hoe and you want to go out with her. So now you're not telling me you're going out with your hoe ass friend. You're telling me you're going out with your friend.
Listen, all birds do not flock together. Okay.
I'm just saying.
They do
I'm not
not.
saying but that's what I'm saying. It don't mean you're doing something. It just means you subconsciously know I'm gonna be uncomfortable with it. So you're saying friend. Because before we had full transparency where you would tell me everything without me even asking. So now I have to go and fish to find out who the friend is. Now I don't trust you because why you just didn't tell me who it was to begin with if you're not doing nothing. Because subconsciously it was wrong and not even wrong. Subconsciously I would feel uncomfortable. And instead of just telling me the truth.
So answering that, would you rather have trust no loyalty or loyalty no trust?
I can't answer. I think mine's go hand in hand. I don't know how to answer that question.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
I feel like I'd rather have loyalty than love.
If you had to choose one,
how do you choose without?
What do you
Because like
mean?
Kay said,
Guns to your head. You got to choose one.
But how do you choose? Like what Kay said, right? She said the loyalty over
no
the trust, right? But now you're driving yourself crazy every time this person go out. So you're gonna drive yourself crazy
not
just because they
necessarily.
loyal?
No, not necessarily.
Yes, you are.
But if you
Every
know
time
they
I
loyal,
go
you don't
out,
gotta.
I can
if you
be
know they
comfortable
loyal, why
knowing
don't
I'll
you trust them?
you, and just bit there. Like, you know what? Like it. When you drive yourself crazy, that's because you don't want to be truthful to yourself. You want to be delusional. If I'm sitting in my truth and being like, I know he told me he's gonna go play basketball, but I really don't feel like he's actually gonna go play basketball. I'm sitting there, I'm telling myself the truth. I'm letting myself live in my truth, and I'm not gonna let it affect me. Because once I sit there and be like, no, Kayla, like I'm trying to convince myself that I'm not having these feelings, having these thoughts, that's when I'm driving myself crazy. I'm sitting there and be like, bitch, be true to yourself. You know you feel some type of way. Feel it and then let it go. So I feel it for like 15 minutes and then I let it go. Because I'm going to be like, everyone has free will. He's going to do what he want to do. I'm gonna do what I want to do.
James Swift is back in the chat, yo.
Oh.
He said we really be going to play basketball though.
And K,
Y'all really don't.
And K,
but okay.
But K,
Nah, we
listen
do.
to this. Nah, K, listen
In
to
the
this.
winter?
What you just said,
Yeah,
yes,
in
in the gym. But yes, listen to this. Listen, what you just said. I don't know how you going on that. Like we going to play basketball, but what you just said is
like
still driving yourself crazy.
No, I'm not. I'm living in my truth.
But you don't
I know
trust
I feel
the
some
person.
type of way, and I'm accepting it, and I'm not letting it affect me.
You're not living in the truth if you don't have the trust. Trust and truth go the same. It's the same.
I'm living
thing.
in my truth. My truth is because I feel like he's not gonna go to the basketball court. He's gonna do whatever. That's my truth. I'm not saying that's the truth. That's mine. I feel that way. Because I feel that way, I'm telling the truth. You understand? So I feel that way.
Crazy.
He could be sitting there actually playing basketball, and I'll be satisfied if he just walks through the door. Now, if he don't come back for 1 or 2 days,
that's different. Now, see, 1 or 2
then
days.
I'm gonna tweak out.
How about this? How about this? Can I introduce something to this? As much as I like the question, the truth of the matter is, if we're in a relationship, if you don't have both, you can't have either. Right? You can't in a relationship have. I have clients that I'm loyal to, right? And they're loyal to me. When they need a voiceover, they come on over, right? And I trust them to do what's best for their business, which means that at times what's best for their business is not utilizing me. That's not a slight. That just is what it is. But that's a business relationship. We have a bottom line. And the both of those are not necessary for us to meet the bottom line. However, we turn this to a relationship. If I can't have both, I don't have either. Because now I'm sitting here and I'm processing things like Kayla that need not be processed in a relationship. I don't care how loyal I may want this person to be. I don't care how much I trust this person. The two go together. So if I find myself going, yeah, I'm loyal to him, he's loyal to me, but I really don't think he's going to the gym, then he's really not loyal to you, nor are you loyal to what your stance of a relationship really is. So in reality, if both don't come, I'm not being loyal to me. Right? So therefore, I've reached a point where I've settled for whatever the best available option is. And when you're settling in a relationship for what the best available option is, you damn right. She telling you, I'm going out with my girls because she's back on Hoe Ave and Gates, and you back to creeping. You back to hanging out at the strip club that nobody knew was a strip club, right? Because it's happy from the time you arrive till the time it ends. It ain't just a happy ending, right? So yeah, you can't fundamentally, and I say this because I've been to those. So I'm speaking from experience. I'm not just the president of the club. I'm a user of the product, right? So I call it like it is. Like, so and fundamentally, I get the context of the question, but the minute you start sorting between the two, y'all are sports fans. There's a saying: if you have two quarterbacks, you don't have one. If you have 2 point guards, you don't have one. If you're sitting here splitting hairs between love and loyalty and me living in my truth, you living in your truth is you subliminally saying, I've settled to accept whatever is, but I'm telling myself it's my truth. Here's your truth. Let me give you your truth. It's time to leave. Because your truth will have you in places that you should not be in because you decided to settle for your truth. There's a whole lot of women who follow their truth that have kids that they wish they never had. And that's how you end up with a name like Don Julio Angel Muffin Jones, right? There's a whole lot of dudes who in child support fighting with some chick over 75 cents with a judge involved. Ain't got no driver's license because he's 8 months behind, so therefore he can't go back to driving Lyft and delivering 3-piece fish sandwiches for whoever the lady is down the street selling fish sandwiches and cornbread, right? Because you made decisions, you boxed yourself in to just dealing with your truth for the sake of being fictitiously happy, because deep down, if you have to settle for something, you're really not happy. So it's time to leave. I digress.
No, don't digress. You talk your shit, OG.
And I'm speaking from experience. So, hey, listen, like, true man speaks from experience, hurts and all. Like, it is what it is.
Can't have one without the other.
Can't have one without.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, can you ever pick without a roll?
Nah.
The pick always comes with something, right? It's either pick and pop, pick and slip, right? Or pick and roll, right? It's one of the three. Pick is never by itself, right? It's one of those. It's
that's a fact.
It's nothing.
Like, how am I supposed to trust you if you're not loyal? I don't. That's you know what I'm saying.
I guess I was thinking more from the aspect of like
if you had to choose.
I could trust it because you haven't given me no reason to not trust it.
But they're not loyal to you, so what are you trusting?
But listen, that's a great question because it's a great trick question.
Yeah.
Right? You'll get more from that. You sit down with a woman, right? So we use examples. Kayla, you know what I'm saying? How you doing? We'll use Kayla for example. Right? I mean, I ain't about to pick none of you dudes. This ain't that kind of show. So me and Kayla, right? Sit down. I'm thinking about Kayla. Kayla think about me. We're trying to figure out what's more important from the other. Is it loyalty or trust? What I'm saying actually is, what am I willing to accept and what am I not willing to accept? And to what significant of a degree? Like, is it all right for him to go do his thing as long as he don't come home smelling like 3 other perfumes? Is it all right for him to go do his thing as long as he don't come home with some other nigga's sweatpants on? Right? Like, if we got to go through those, here's the answer. I don't need to eat here. I don't need to stay here. We need to keep this moving. So this can at least be, if I pass you in the street, we look, we smile, we nod, we keep it pushing. Not, well, you know what, I got to walk on the other side of the street because the state of New York court said I got to be at least 150 feet. So 150 feet is the other side of the street. Like it's a great trick question because it makes you think. But at the end of the day, if you've resolved yourself to, I'll take one or the other, I just can't be without that person. Yeah, but that person can be without you, and you can be without that person because your behavior says so.
Amen. On the
yeah, I ain't gonna lie, you definitely said it all on that one.
Yo, Jelly, when you sit that Jelly J Wednesdays off, nigga, I need a bottle or something, or 2 entries for free or something.
Good. You always good. You always good.
Yeah, but that's our show, y'all. We're gonna wrap it up, man. Appreciate y'all once again. Another week in the books, another great episode, man. Mike, appreciate you for stopping by, dropping off some gems, enjoying convo with us, man.
Yeah, we gotta do it again.
Nah, yeah, we definitely are. Like I said, we trying to keep it consistent. Hopefully, in the near future, I'm trying to get us to where we could actually be live. Whenever we work this out, I gotta figure out a time for James. You know,
yo, I'm gonna be in New York.
We could talk about that.
I'm putting it out there now. I want the clip to have it so nobody can give excuses. February 23rd to March 2nd, I'm gonna be in New York. If you want to do a live episode,
we're try to figure something out so where you could get a live episode, get a room, mics, real professional, because I want to see this actually grow and I want to see it through. I feel like we all on the same page, so I want to keep that flow going. But we're gonna wrap it up. Like I said, appreciate y'all for stopping by. Good convos. Love. See y'all next week.